Our verse today is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 17. But the Lord stood by me and strengthened me, so that through me the message might be fully proclaimed, and all the Gentiles might hear it. So I was rescued from the lion's mouth. This verse was chosen by a friend of mine, and the verse comes from the last part of Paul's second letter to Timothy, where he gives personal instructions to Timothy from verses 9 to 18. Paul asks Timothy to come to him because some of his companions had abandoned him. He tells Timothy the items he should bring along when he is coming. In verse 16 it says that at his first defense in Rome, no one stood by him, they all deserted him. This could have been a preliminary hearing of his case in Rome. It is not very clear. However, Timothy was with Paul earlier when he was in prison. If you read Philippians chapter 1, verse 1 and verse 7. Our verse is a continuation of verse 16 of this chapter in Romans, that although no one stood by him, God was with him. The Lord stood by me and strengthened me. What does it mean for God to stand by and strengthen someone? Standing by him meant that God was there, furnishing and providing for him, making him ready to face the challenges ahead of him. The word endunamo means to enable, to empower, to make strong, spiritually or morally. So Paul is confident that God strengthened him to preach the message in the face of his trials. God was there to enable him no matter what he was going through. That was the desire of Paul. Every opportunity to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. He wanted the message to go out beyond the Jewish people to the Gentiles. Hence he says that the Gentiles might hear it. The verse concludes with the words, "So I was rescued from the lion's mouth." The lion's mouth could refer to Satan if you read 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8 and Luke chapter 22 verse 31. It could also refer to the trials from people like Paul's adversaries if you read 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 18. But whether they are trials from human beings or they are trials from his adversaries, it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, all these are coming from the evil one, and God will rescue him from them all. In this verse, Paul teaches us that no matter what we go through, the strength of God supports us. He's always there. He loves us. God rescues us from the evil ones. And he does that even when we do not call upon him because of his love for us. Above all, we must not let trials and temptation or the attack of people on us prevent us from preaching the gospel, but rather the temptations and challenges and difficulties strengthened him because he knew God was with him. The same with us. God is with us. Always turn to him when you face trials and difficulties. Lord, you have always stood by us and strengthened us and rescued us from the lion's mouth. We continue to place ourselves under your watchful eyes. Amen. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day.